Otherwise people are like, what? Like tilting their heads like that.
Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakti Vrinda
Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakti Vrinda. Reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 18, the Lord's visit to Sri Vrindavan Dham. Coming to you from Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, West London. So the Lord is continuing his tour, pilgrimage of Sri Vrindavan. And we're about to encounter the pastime of the people mistaking the fisherman with his lantern out on the lake at night for Krishna dancing on the hoods of Kaliya. Prabhu kahe Vishnu Vishnu iha na kahiba Jiva dame Krishna Jnana Kabuna Kadiba. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately exclaimed, Vishnu, Vishnu, do not call me the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A jiva cannot become Krishna at any time. Do not even say such a thing. Sanyasi chit kana jiva kirana kana sama Sadaishvarya purna Krishna haya suryopama. A sannyasi in the renounced order is certainly part and parcel of the complete whole, just as the shining molecular particle of sunshine is part and parcel of the sun itself. Krishna is like the sun, full of six opulences, but the living entity is only a fragment of the complete whole. Jiva Ishwara Tattva Kabuna Hesama Jvalad Agni Rasayai Chase Fulingerakana. A living entity and the absolute personality of Godhead are never to be considered the same, just as a fragmental spark can never be considered the original flame. Kladinya samvid aslista satchidananda ishvara slavidya samvrito jiva sanklesha Nikarakaraha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Controller, is always full of transcendental bliss and is accompanied by the potencies known as Hladini and Samvit. The conditioned soul, however, is always covered by ignorance and embarrassed by the threefold miseries of life. Thus, he is a treasure house of all kinds of tribulations. Treasure house of tribulations. That sounds a bit oxymoronic, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So the three energies, Hladini, Samvit, and what else?
I was actually going to ask what the meaning of them are, the three energies.
We can cover it another time. Hladini basically here, it says it here, like the Hladini is the bliss. The bliss-producing, ecstasy-producing energy of the triplicity of spiritual energies. Hladini Shakti. And Srimati Radharani is the personification of Hladini Shakti. Treasure house of tribulations. Ye mudha kahe jiva ishwara haya sama saita pashandi haya dande tareyama. A foolish person who says that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the same as the living entity is an atheist, and he becomes subject to punishment by the superintendent of death, Yamaraj. Pashandi Haya, atheist. We'll read the purport. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that the word pasandi refers to one who considers the living entity under the control of the illusory energy to be equal with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is transcendental to all material qualities. Another kind of pasandi is one who does not believe in the spirit soul, the superior potency of the Lord, and therefore does not distinguish between spirit and matter. While describing one of the offences against chanting the holy names, an offence called Shruti Shastra Nindana, blaspheming the Vedic literatures, Jiva Goswami states in his Bhakti Sandarbha, worshippers of impersonalists like Dattatreya are also pashandis. Concerning the offence of aham mama buddhi, or dehatma buddhi, considering the body to be itself. Jai Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jiva Goswami states, Deva dehatma buddhi, considering the body. Jiva Goswami states, Deva dravinadi nimitaka, pashanda sabdina, cha dasa parada, eva lakshyante pashandamayatvat tesham. Those who are overly absorbed in the conception of the body and the bodily necessities are also called pashandis. Elsewhere in Bhakti Sandarbha it is stated, Udishya devata eva juhoti cha dadati cha sa pashanditi vigyeya svatantro vapi karmasu. A pashandi is one who considers the demigods and the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be one. Therefore, a pashandi worships any kind of demigod as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who disobeys the orders of the spiritual master is also considered a pashandi. The word pashandi has been described in many places in Srimad Bhagavatam, including 4.2, 28, 30, 32, Canto 5, Chapter 6, Text 9 and 12, and Canto 12, Chapter 2, Text 13 and 43. On the whole, a pasandi is a non-devotee who does not accept the Vedic conclusions. In the Hari Bhakti Vilas, there is a verse quoted from Padma Purana describing the pasandi. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quotes this verse as the following text. So it seems a pasandi is a broad term for someone who conflates various spiritual principles, such as the examples given here, which are conflating a living entity with the Supreme Lord, conflating a demigod with the Supreme Lord, and conflating the body with oneself, identifying the body with oneself, confusing the two. Pashandi, just an all-round fool. You're a pashandi. Someone's smiling. Pashandi. So this next verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quotes this verse from the Hari Bhakti Vilas. A further definition of a pashandi, someone who does not accept the Vedic conclusions. Yastu Narayanam Devam Brahma Rudradi Daivatai Samat Venaiva Viksheta Sa Pashandi Bhavedruvam. A person who considers demigods like Brahma and Shiva to be on an equal level with Narayan is to be considered an offender and a Pashandi. And by this definition, what dasnam aparad would they be committing? What number in the dasnam aparad?
Second.
The second one. Loka kahe tomate kabu na he jiva mati Krishnara sadrisha tomara akriti prakriti. After Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained the difference between an ordinary living being and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the people said, "No one considers you an ordinary human being. You are like Krishna in every respect, in both bodily features and characteristics. Akritri tomare deki brajendra nandana deha kanti pitambara kaila achadana." By your bodily features, we can see that you are none other than the son of Nanda Maharaj, although the golden luster of your body has covered your original complexion. What verse does that remind us of? Krishna varnam tvisa krishnam sango pangas praparshadam yagyar sankirtana praye yajantihi sumerasha. Mrigamara vastrivande tabuna lukaya ishvara sabhavatomara takanahiyaya. As the aroma of diyamas cannot be concealed by wrapping it in a cloth, your characteristics as the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot be concealed by any means. Alokika prakriti tomara buddhi agochara tomadeki Krishna preme jagat pagala. Indeed, your characteristics are uncommon and beyond the imagination of an ordinary living being. Simply by seeing you, the entire universe becomes ecstatic with love for Krishna. Stribala bridha ara chandala yavana ye tomara ekabara payadarashana Krishna namalaya naiche hana unmata acharya haila sai tarila jagata. If even women, children, old men, meat-eaters, or members of the lowest caste can see you even once, they immediately chant the holy name of Krishna, dance like madmen, and become spiritual masters capable of delivering the whole world. Darshanera karya avjika ye tomara nama shune se Krishna preme mata tare tribhuvane. Apart from seeing you, whoever listens to your holy name is made mad with ecstatic love for Krishna and is able to deliver the three worlds. Tomara nama shuni haya svapachapavana alokika shakti tomara nayaya katana. Simply by hearing your holy name, dog eaters become holy saints. Your uncommon potencies cannot be described in words. I love these old pictures and these photographs in the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. They're like from the 1970s. Look at this one, Radha Shama Sundar.
Wow, Joe. Which temple?
Radha Shama Sundar. Shamananda Goswami, one of the triad of famous preachers. Shamananda Prabhu, I should say. Shamananda Prabhu. And his guru. Who is Shamananda's guru? You know the three famous preachers in the generation following Mahaprabhu and his disciples? The generation, you could say, subsequent to the 6 Goswamis. Shamananda, Srinivas and Narottam.
Yes.
So you have Shamananda Prabhu, Narottam Goswami and Srinivas Acharya. Prabhu, Goswami and Acharya. So Shamananda Prabhu, who is his guru?
One of the 6 Goswamis?
You could say that, but that's pretty broad. You're throwing a few darts at the One of them will hit. No. No, we're not going to do that. Well, his original guru is Hridaya Chaitanya. Hridaya Chaitanya. It's the guru of Shyamananda Prabhu. But there's an interesting history with Shyamananda, because he actually gets initiated, some say, by Srimati Radharani herself. But that's a different leela. He gets a special tilak from her. Imprint of her bracelet, I believe. On his forehead, he starts wearing a different tilak. It was this little controversy because his guru is thinking, what happened is that Shyamananda goes from Bengal, where his Gurudev, Hridaya Chaitanya, lives. He goes to take the tutelage of Jiva Goswami. So Jiva Goswami is his Shiksha Guru. While serving Jiva Goswami, he has a mystical experience. Comes in contact with Srimati Radharani, who blesses him, puts a special tilak on his forehead. It's actually like emblazoned on his forehead. And he starts, this is like permanent tilak, but perhaps he also paints the tilak on. Anyway, his guru hears about it and creates a controversy, like, my disciple's gone to Vrindavan and now they've given him a different kind of tilak. It's not really acceptable to abandon your guru and accept another guru. Particularly if it's in the same community. If you lose faith in Vaishnavism and you go and become a Shivite, that's a different thing. Go and become a Shakta or a Tantric.
That sounds very interesting.
Or an Avadut. Does that appeal to you?
No, Tantra a little bit more.
But in the Vaishnava community, to abandon one guru and go and take another guru, if your guru is fallen, that's a different matter. There's justification there. But without adequate justification to do that, it's highly offensive. So it created some controversy. But then when Hridaya Chaitanya found out that it was Srimati Radharani herself who had emblazoned tilak on Shyamananda's forehead, then the matter was instantly resolved. Very special pastime.
But I mean, like, how do you understand that it's authentic what they're saying? Like for example, if he's his guru and then he finds out that he starts wearing another tilak and then someone says that, it's actually Srimati Radharani who put the tilak on his head.
Yes.
How do you know it's authentic? How did he understood that? Okay, actually yes, really Srimati Radharani, she did put tilak.
Because it was verified by Jiva Goswami.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get the verification of Guru, Sadhu or Shastra, then it can be considered authentic.
Mm-hmm.
They're the measure against which something is judged. Because you're right, otherwise people, the mind can conjure up all sorts of bizarre scenarios which people can mistake to be true.
Mm-hmm.
So there has to be something to test it against. So the litmus test is whether it gets the approval of Guru, Sadhu or Shastra. Which it did in this case. It was accepted by Jiva Goswami. There are slight variations of the pastime, depending perhaps on various devotees' understanding of it. But just variations in the detail. The essential substance of that event remained the same. And then he preached. He was born as Dukhi Krishna. Dukhi Krishna. Dukhi means sad. So imagine calling your child sad Krishna. But they called him Dookie. No, Dookie. Was he born Dookie Krishna or just Dookie? Just Dookie, I think.
Just a loser.
Yeah, just
Sad
Dookie.
loser.
Why? Well, no, why? Because some of his the previous born children to his parents had died. And in that culture, they considered that spirits, malevolent spirits, could kill babies. They could cause disturbances and even take the life of young infants, very small babies. And the idea was that if you gave the baby a unpleasant, unattractive name, the spirits wouldn't be interested. They want to hurt her because they're malevolent, right? Malevolent spirits. So they want to hurt like babies with fabulous names, like Suki. Suki means happy, right? Oh, Suki, I'm going to make him unhappy, like a demonic spirit. But if it's Dookie, it's like, oh, leave him alone, he's already. That is one of the reasons why the more famous instance of this, of course, is with the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his birth. He had some 8, his mother, Ch.Ch, had some 8 previous infant deaths. So 8 of her previous children had died in infancy. Imagine that, 8 of them. So when he was born, she called him Nimai. Nimai meaning bitter. Neem leaves are very bitter. Again, something distasteful. Like Dookie, sad. Neem, bitter. Nimai. Also said he was born under a neem tree. So there's 2 explanations. So again, the older children had died in infancy. And they named him Nimai. So the spirits would not be interested. Bitter. Oh, we don't want to go around the child. The baby is bitter. The baby is Dookie. No. So then, when Dookie met his guru, he called him Dookie Krishna. Dookie Krishna. What pastime it refers to exactly, I've wondered about that. In what pastime is there a Dookie Krishna? Maybe when he's separated from Radharani. But then, I don't know. I haven't heard the name applied to any specific pastime where Krishna is referred to as Dookie Krishna. And then I believe he got the name Shamananda later. And he went and preached back in Orissa, southern Bengal and Orissa. So these are his deities, Radha, Shama, Sundara. Whoever listens to your holy name, made mad with ecstatic love, able to deliver the 3 worlds, even dog eaters, through your uncommon potencies, they become holy saints. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Reading from Divine, Revealed Truth by Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Deva Goswami Maharaj. Internal feeling. Everything that exists in the transcendental world exists within consciousness. The divine play of Krishna's... we've read this yesterday. True liberation. In the material world, the jiva souls suffer through death and birth, happiness and sadness, so many things. They cannot cross the natural laws. But if they have a little sincere interest in the fifth dimension, in the aprakrita plane, transcendental service, they can easily be rescued from the material world. They can attain liberation and become a member of the holiest place within Vaikuntha Loka, Goloka Vrindavan, where fully auspicious happiness exists eternally. Muktir hitvan yatarupam svarupena vyavastitihi. Real liberation means not only becoming free from the illusory environment and the whole of mundanity, but living in the transcendental service plane as the Lord's eternal servitor. In the scriptures, 5 kinds of liberation are described: Sarupya, Salokya, Samipya, Shasti, and Sayujya. When the Jiva souls practice Bhakti Yoga, they can attain the first 4 forms of mukti for the Lord's service. Swarupya mukti means attaining a form like that of the Lord. Salokya mukti means attaining a place in the Lord's abode. Samipya mukti means attaining direct association of the Lord. And Shashti mukti means, anyone know? Attaining the same wealth, opulences like that of the Lord. The last form of mukti, Sayujya mukti, is bad. Sayujya mukti means merging into the fire of the Lord's effulgence. This type of liberation is the goal of the Mayavadis who follow Shankaracharya's theory. Shankaracharya's theory of Sayujya mukti is nothing more than the idea of a black hole. If anything enters a black hole, it disappears and will never return. In his theory of mukti, Shankaracharya said that Gyan, Gya, and Gyata, knowledge of the object, Gyan, Gya, and Gyata, knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knower are all demolished and disappear. His theory is called Jnanamukti. Non-devotional scholars explain that Jnanamukti is like the meeting point of 3 lines. They say that Gyan, Gya, and Gyata, knowledge, the object of knowledge, and the knower, are like 3 different lines that merge at one point, and that point is liberation. Real mukti, however, is the extension of those lines into the transcendental service world. Muktir hitvanyata svarupena vyavastitihi. Real mukti is the extension of the Jiva soul's thinking, feeling and willing, the extension of the knowledge, their environment and themselves into their transcendental forms for the service of the Lord. Anyata rupam means that the Jiva soul's thinking, feeling and willing all merge in one point, mukti, and after that they extended into the spiritual realm. All Jiva souls are naturally thinking, feeling and willing, so love and affection automatically come to them for their Lord when they leave the darkness of Maya and enter the light of the transcendental world. Leaving the darkness of illusion and entering into the light of Krishna consciousness is the actual meaning of mukti. Jai Srila Gurudev Jai. Hari Haray Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopala Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan. The Ram Sri Madhusudan. Giri Hari Gopinath Madana Mohan. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chanda. Jai Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sri Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Rupanuk Guruvar Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Sri A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Samaveda Vaishnav Mandala Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakti Vrinda Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat West London Ki Jai. Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Nitai Go Pramanandi Hari Hari Go.
Jai Shri Pandit.